Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas, Clark! You ready to do some kissing? Surprise! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a very special surprise video here on Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? I have been planning this video for what feels like 6 months now. I picked up this Snow Days release at a flea market at least 6 months ago, and I thought to myself, what if I did a super secret surprise Christmas video on actual Christmas? Wouldn't that be just great? I already did this back on Thanksgiving with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on VHS, so I thought, hey, why not do it again, but with Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews? Because this is tangentially related to Thomas & Friends. This has a Thomas episode on it. It would make sense, right? And this is the first and only Hit Favorites compilation release that I own. Why not talk about it on actual Christmas Day? So, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you all are excited to hear what I think about Snow Days, or Hit Favorites Snow Days. With all that being said, let's jump right into the history section of Hit Favorites Snow Days. This is going to be a short segment, because as far as I can tell, Snow Days was only released once, back in 2008. I don't remember if this kicked off the annual Hit Favorites release. It probably didn't. There was probably a few more prior to this, but this was one of the earlier ones. Hit started this whole subline of Hit Favorite DVDs, where they took their most popular shows, they combined episodes together onto a home video release with a similar theme. This one being snow, Christmas, mostly just snow. There's not really a lot of Christmas things that happen in a lot of these episodes on this release. The Thomas one, though, that one does have something to do with Christmas. Thomas is picking up a Christmas tree from the wharf. So, yeah, kind of Christmassy there. I don't know if this ever got re-released or reprinted or anything like that. It might have in like 2009 or 2010, but I can't confirm that because I can't find anything else on this release aside from it came out in 2008, and here's the list of episodes that are on it. There's just not a lot of information on this release out there. But hey, if you go to your local flea market, you might be able to find it for a couple dollars like I did. So that wraps up the history section. Let's move right along to the close-up. Alrighty, everyone, here's your close-up look at Snow Days. Starting off here at the top, we have a decent logo there, decent font for the logo, Snow Days with a little, okay, that's cool, there's a little snowball over the D, that's funny. Now if we go down here, oh look, it's Photoshop City. We got Fireman Sam, we have Bob the Builder, Thomas, Barney the Dinosaur, Snowman Johnson back there. Very, very, very popular character. He lasted for many years on the Hit network. And Pingu. And then down here, there's no business like snow business. Anyone else get that reference? Then we have the Hit logo with Hit Favorites down there. And I do like how it's kind of like a page flip there that's revealing the Hit logo. This poster's okay. It's just very Photoshoppy because, like, we know none of this takes place in the same universe. It's like, let's take a clip art of Thomas there, throw some snow on him, a clip art of Bob from that Christmas movie that he was in, throw him there. Fireman Sam will Photoshop a snowball into his hands. I'm pretty sure Barney wore a scarf at one point, but we'll Photoshop a snowball in his hand. And Pingu, not much for him. He's just on a sled. I feel like I'm criticizing this more than I should be. It's a fine poster. The spine, Hit logo, Snow Days logo again, portrait of all the characters taken from the front, and then distributed by Lionsgate, now in a dark red rather than a blue color there. The back, wintertime fun with all your favorite friends, blurb about the release, barcode. Your episode list is over here. We have a visit to Santa from Barney, Mr. Bentley's Winter Fair from Bob the Builder, Angelina Ballerina, who wasn't featured on the front of this, No Match for Angelina, Fireman Sam, The Big Freeze, Thomas and Friends, Thomas's Tricky Tree, and Pingu at the Sledge Academy for Pingu. That makes it sound like Pingu is making, like, sledgehammers. Maybe that's a typo. Maybe it's supposed to be Pingu at the Sled Factory? I don't know. I guess we'll find out whenever I watch that. Bonus feature, Fifi and the Flower Tots Soup of the Day. I lost my masculinity by saying that. And over here we have another photoshopped image of all the characters from the front, but again, no Angelina Ballerina. Where is she? She's on this release. She should be there on the front. Maybe it's because she's 2D animated and it wouldn't make sense with all these 3D physical models. I don't know. You got screenshots from the episodes over here on the side, along with Snowman Johnson. I think that was the name I gave him. See, he's so memorable, I forgot his name. And then on the bottom, we have tech specs and legalese and such, all that good stuff down there at the bottom, and all of your various company logos down there at the bottom. Open this up. We have a pamphlet to look at. But first, there is your disc, and it's a squished up version of the poster art. Now your pamphlet features a advertisement for Bob the Builder Live. I saw that show when I was a kid, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Check out tour information at bobthebuilder.com. On tour now. Sweet. Open this up further. Small money, big fun. Bring your leadless ones to a movie theater near you. Find a participating Kids Toon Theater at kidtoonfilms.com. Okay. Oh, darn. It's expired now. Drat. I guess you could go to a theater and watch one of these shows on the big screen. I don't really know anything about that, but that's okay, I guess. Team up with Bob the Builder and Fireman Sam. We have advertisements for Race to the Finish, On-Site Skyscrapers, and Fireman Sam Saves the Day. Then Use Your Imagination with Barney. Some Barney releases advertised down there. Hit Entertainment and Children's Miracle Network, Making Miracles Happen. Hey, this is the charity that Scott the Woz partners with, Children's Miracle Network. Nice to see that Hit partnered with them as well back in the day. And over here we have some Thomas advertisements. Celebrate friendship and adventure with railway friends. Oh, that was a fine release, I guess. Look for these Thomas and Friends play sets. Oh, Trackmaster. Dude, that's cool. And then down here we have a wooden railway. Okay, Colin the Crane. Some take-alongs. Some more take-alongs. Classic Thomas merchandise right there. I miss that. And if we take a look at the back, we have an advertisement for Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep. Okay, this pamphlet might be the best part of this release. This is like an overload of nostalgia for me with the Bob the Builder Live ad, the Thomas merchandise ads. I mean, dude, this is awesome. All it's missing is a Kipper the Dog ad. So that wraps up your close-up. Let's move right along to the menu tour. Alrighty, everyone, here is your menu tour for Snow Days. Ah, the classic days of 4x3 menus. I don't miss you. Although a cool thing for all you Thomas fans out there, well, aside from this damn thing called autoplay, a cool thing for all you Thomas fans out there, there's a trailer for the Great Discovery that starts off this disc when you first put it in. So, hey, that's cool. So our options are Play All, Episode Selection, your bonus episode, and trailers. Let's take a look at the episode selection menu. Okay, I like this and I don't like this. For one thing, I like how each of the characters are highlighted here. Like for the Barney episode, you have Barney himself. For Bob the Builder, you have Bob. For Thomas, you have Thomas. But I would have preferred to have seen screenshots from the actual episodes, especially for me. I haven't seen any of these episodes before, so I have no idea what any of these have in store for me. Your bonus episode is that Fifi and the Flower Tots series that I've never heard of. I literally have no idea what this is, but apparently it gets its own menu because it's a quote-unquote bonus episode. Okay. And look at that, the trailers tab literally just plays the trailers, and here's that trailer for The Great Discovery that I was telling you about. Look at that. An all-new feature-length movie, The Great Discovery. And for what it's worth, the trailers that are included on here include that trailer, a Bob the Builder trailer, and a Barney trailer. So that's really it for the menu tour. There's no bonus content on here unless you count that bonus episode that could have been included in the actual episode lineup. Didn't really need to be a bonus episode, but hey, that's just me. That wraps up your menu tour. Let's go ahead and head on back and answer the 5 main questions as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? You can't find this in regular big box retail stores now. Your best bet is wandering into a flea market, a pawn shop, anywhere that sells used physical media, or hey, look on Amazon. I'm sure there's a listing for it up there right now. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? Hell no, absolutely not. Number 3, should you pick this product up? So originally I was only going to watch the Thomas episode that was included on Snow Days, and I was going to recommend or not recommend it just based on that. However, after thinking about that for a bit longer, that seemed a bit unfair because there's a lot of content on this release. This runs like an hour long with all of these episodes combined together, and just watching one Thomas episode and saying, hey, this release is worth it or not, just based on that one episode, just didn't seem right to me. So I took the plunge and watched every episode that's included on this release from every show that's represented here, which means I had to watch a Barney episode as a 24-year-old adult. The Barney episode that's included here is A Visit to Santa. Whoo boy. I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. The Barney episode is as bad as this release gets. I mean, this was just boring. The kids at the beginning are so obviously overdubbed. Their singing sounds too auto-tuned and way too clear. It's so obvious that they got these kids in a recording booth to do their lines later after the episode was already finished. Speaking of the kids, they are not great actors. It's hard to be tough on them because they're kids and they're in a very not great kids' TV show. But when they're supposed to carry the episode on their shoulders, the bad line readings are really distracting. As a kid, I didn't mind Barney's design, but now it's just unsettling. The human-esque eyes mixed with that giant superimposed smile, I just can't, it's just weird. I do not like it. Having a song every 5 minutes does nothing for me. It drags the episode out longer than it needs to go. I guess the North Pole set looked kind of fun. Barney has no value for adults or kids over the age of like 5 years old. There's nothing sophisticated or remotely close to respect for its audience. This episode was just painful to sit through. I mean, it just, wow. Really great work, Snow Days, opening up with your worst episode. Just go ahead and get that out of the way right now. I mean, props to you. Then we move on to Bob the Builder with an episode I'd never seen. This one's called Mr. Bentley's Winter Farm. The stop motion that's used for this episode will always be impressive. I can't imagine how long it took for the entire team to shoot this show. I mean, stop motion for anything will always be impressive. That requires an immense amount of time and dedication to detail, and it should always be worthy of praise. Mrs. Potts' voice is hilarious. It sounds way too nasally and extremely cartoonish, but I loved it. Mr. Bentley,
Mr. Bentley, my stand has a hole in it from a 9mm gunshot. Can you please fill it for me?
Oh, of course, Mrs. Potts. I'm sorry. I was playing with my rifle this morning.
Master Bentley's monologue about everything Bob has to fix is very impressive, especially if the voice actor did it all in one take. I could never do that without stuttering, so props to you. It's kind of funny how Mr. Bentley is the one who needs to fix literally everything. Everyone looks to him. I found that extremely funny, and about how he was cracking under pressure. Not much else to say about this episode. It was fun. It doesn't have much to do with Christmas, although I guess this release doesn't have much to do with Christmas to begin with. I guess there is a blow-up Santa that appears in it, so there's that. We then move on to a show I'd never seen, but I had seen advertisements for it for years at this point, but I'd never watched an episode of it. It's called Angelina Ballerina, and the episode's called No Match for Angelina. First note I have is the British accents are very thick here, and I had no clue this show was British. I felt like I was watching Ted Lasso all over again with all the thick Cockney accents there. I think there are some Thomas voice actors who appear here. Rob Rackstraw, I think, is in this episode. At least I recognized his voice. He voiced like half of the Thomas cast back when the show was still on and it wasn't a horrible 2D reboot. So, hey, props to you, man. The episode's fine. It's a plot used in numerous other shows. The whole girls can't play on a team. A girl on the hockey team. Oh, biscuits and crumpets, never. So the girl pretends that she's actually a boy trope. The one that always pops in my head is this episode from the show called Zoey 101. Anybody ever watch that back on Nickelodeon? I thought it was pretty good. That movie they made on Paramount Plus, though, Zoey 102, garbage. But I have no idea how no one ever noticed Angelina wasn't a boy. All she does is put on a helmet. Her face doesn't change at all. At least in Zoey 101, they put makeup on the girl to try to make her seem more like a boy. They make her wear a boy bodysuit. Like, they went through some effort there to make it seem like, who's the character? I think it was Lola, played by Victoria Justice, I believe. They made her look like she was actually a dude. Angelina just puts on a helmet and is like, I'm a boy now, and like slowly talks with a slightly deeper voice. I have no idea how anyone didn't notice that. And then, of course, we have to have the big dramatic moment where the helmet falls off and, the bow, there's a girl on the team. Why didn't you take off the bow? Like, if these people are so stupid where you can literally just wear a helmet throughout the whole game and nobody will notice that you're actually a girl, take off your bow. Why would you leave that in your hair? Obviously, we know why. They didn't want to have to change her character model, but come on. That's just dumb. The episode's fine, I guess. It would be good for a kid, I suppose. Another show that I had never seen an episode from, but had seen advertised on other hit releases, Fireman Sam, The Big Freeze. The theme song for this show absolutely slaps. I was jamming to this theme song, dude. It's very simplistic, but it's got a great beat to it. That sheep is adorable, and the mom is a jerk for making that kid kick him out of his room. I don't care if that sheep has, like, a lot of hair on him. It's still cold outside. Let him sleep in the room with the kid. Very, very entertaining episode. The dialogue was very funny. It didn't feel like it was just a kid's show. It felt a bit more mature than that. Obviously, it is a kid's show, and it's not anything too great, but I thought it was a fun episode. And the joke about counting sheep at the end, even over the end credits where the kid's still counting, 1, 1, 1, that had me going. Now we move on to the Thomas episode, Thomas's Tricky Tree. I don't think I'd ever seen this episode before. If I had, it's been a very long time since. I don't mind Michael Brandon's voice for Duncan. Not as good as Carlin's, but he's trying. It does fit Duncan way more than like his Skarloey voice fits Skarloey. Hello, Thomas. Can I help? And Duncan's ribbing on Thomas. That was some good banter there. Sir Handel's voice, though, would more suit someone like Duke, maybe? I don't know why they made Sir Handel the wise old engine in this era when they had the Duke model. Well, did they build a large-scale Duke? They must have had to, right? I can't remember if they did or not. But Sir Handel and Peter Sam are the same age, presumably. So why is he the one that's old and Peter Sam is, like, young? I don't get it. Rusty sounds like a chain smoker, though. The flatbed crash was pretty sweet. I could do without the slow motion, though. But the water effects were really good. I did like how the flatbed went into the water. I'm describing a crash to you. I mean, the episode's fine. It's just another boring Thomas episode from this era of boring Thomas episodes that didn't have anything too offensive in it. It's just very forgettable. And our final episode is from Pingu. And I never watched Pingu as a kid. I know that there are a lot of Pingu fans in the Thomas fandom. I don't get this show, man. I don't get it at all. I have no idea what the show's supposed to be, but this was a real fever dream to watch. The stop motion is impressive, but I don't really have anything to say about the episode. There's really nothing here for me. I mean, the characters don't talk. They just... I don't know what's happening. If I was a kid and watched it, sure, I'd have some nostalgic feelings for it, but as an adult, I have no love for this. It just... The stop motion looks good. Same with Fireman Sam and Bob the Builder. I don't know what's happening here, and I don't even know what the episode title is, because it didn't have any episode title at the beginning of it. There is a bonus episode on here, like, from the show Fifi Flower Pot or something. I don't remember. I didn't write the whole name down, but I didn't watch it because it's a bonus episode, and after Pingu, I didn't want to watch anything else, so I didn't watch it. Snow Days is a fine release. All the episodes fit the theme of snow and somewhat Christmas, but there isn't enough here for me to say, yes, go out and find this release. The Thomas episode, in particular, isn't anything to write home about. I did like the Bob the Builder one and the Fireman Sam one. The other ones I'm just kind of meh on, and the Barney one I'm like, yuck, gross. So by that logic, I can't say I recommend this. I mean, it's fine. It's all right. And if you're a Hit Favorites completionist, I guess you have to go out and buy it, but I don't recommend it. I mean, it opens with a Barney episode, and that made me question literally everything, every choice I've ever made in life. So for that reason alone, it deserves a red arrow. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh, but I mean, there's just not enough here for me to say, yeah, go out and seek it out. Go out and find it. There isn't much here for that. So no, I don't think you should pick up Snow Days. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answers as number 1. And number 5, what price should you pay? Well, I paid like $2 for this, I think, at a flea market. Probably worth about $5, maybe. I don't know how much it's selling for in the secondary market. Probably has a couple of eBay listings for like $1, but $4 shipping. So you're going to end up paying $5 for it anyway. But as long as you don't go over that, I don't think you're getting ripped off at all. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. I have a Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews episode where I don't recommend the product. Bah humbug, am I right? There wasn't enough here for me to say, yeah, go out and get it. This isn't a great release. It's okay. It's just fine. And I can't recommend something that's just fine. I bet I've done it in the past, though. So someone's probably going to comment, you recommended blah, 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 and you said it was just fine. I'm a complicated man, okay? My opinions don't make any sense. Much like everybody else's opinions. So despite the red arrow, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews, this surprise episode here on Christmas Day. And I hope that you have enjoyed all of the various Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews episodes that have aired so far in 2023. This is a real treat, being able to bring back Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews for another season. Thank you to Dan for selling me all that great stuff. I talked about this in my Santa Claus Home Media review a few days ago, but
Thompson Friends Home Media Reviews' life has been extended. It's going to go for at least another 2 years if I plan this out correctly. You're going to get at least 2 more seasons of content. I mean, Dan has really come in clutch with providing me with so many UK releases to cover on this show. And hopefully they won't end up like Snow Days where I don't recommend them. This isn't my final video of the year though, guys. There is a vlog coming out this Thursday, and that will be the final video of 2023. I hope you guys are excited for that. Keep a lookout on the channel. Within the next couple of weeks, I'll have an update video coming out talking about all the great content that's coming in 2024. Also, hey, this month's live stream is Saturday, December 30th. I don't know what time yet. I will let you all know over on Twitter, but keep your calendars open on the 30th because we're going to have a huge reflection live stream. We're going to look back at 2023, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. I'm going to be revealing my top 10 movies of the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So with all that being said, I will let you all get back to your Christmas dinners. Spend time with your family. Give gifts, laugh, drink, eat. Just have a great time for Christmas this year, guys. That's what I'll be doing this Christmas. Thank you all so very much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody, and have a Merry Christmas.